MaJaMa Jams is brought to you by this thing.
To start 2025 in good shape, MaJaMa Jams would like to recommend a few books to read. The first one is a classic by Dr. Seuss. One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Killer Fish. Ah! MaJaMa. MaJaMa.
Welcome back, everyone, to MaJaMa Jams, a show where we discuss other people's work to avoid doing our own. And guys, we are now out of our Yuletide season, and we decided to go right back to our regularly scheduled programming block of crap. This one over here always wants to do the bad movies because he believes it's going to facilitate a good discussion, which I think it does, to be fair. What it doesn't do is make the experience of watching these things any more pleasant for us.
Oh, well, that sounds real convincing.
So today we have a bit of undeniable Hollywood icon. Claims 2 out of the, or is it 3 out of the top 4 of all time with Titanic and the 2 Avatars, talking about Mr. James Cameron, that steely bird-looking terrified man that comes across as cold, but who could deny the man's track record? Well, turns out we've got one of his first gigs, of which he was on for 6 days, according to him. Then gone. Then some Italians came in. It is the sequel to Joe Dante's iconic Piranha. Piranha II, The Spawning, or Flying Killers, depending on who you ask. The box says The Spawning. The title screen? Flying Killers. Flying, spawned,
and
killers?
One of the supplementary materials says Piranha Part 2, Flying Killers.
All
or The Spawning.
All sorts of nomenclature going on here.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, Matthew, was it worth it?
Is it ever?
Yeah, you're going to do it. It's all on you.
You're gonna do
No,
it.
no,
You're
I'm
gonna
not.
do it.
No, I'm not.
You're gonna do it.
This falls on you because you picked it. Listen, I think that this is going to be a good episode. I usually think they are, and I think that
You're not even here most of the time.
I think that the movie was fun to watch with the guys, but this was really,
What guys?
really, I had zero investment. This movie is full of disgusting human beings. Disgusting, bird-nosed, weird, skinny 80s whites. Just, you know, the 80s whites, they look like they were preserved in that decade, like you put them out of a friggin' plastic sealed thing. So no, Matthew, I am not going to do it. You
That's
are the
your
one.
job as the host
It is
of the
not.
show.
I wonder what has triggered this paranoid delusion.
You're going to start and you're going to lead them through this as you
Let's
break
just
this down.
skip the discussion portion of the show.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
MaJaMa.
We covered it. I said the title. I gave him some background info that it was Cameron and that they had No, you're going to fall to it because today sucked. Now it's on you to pull the audience through what The Spawning was about. And you're going to tell us about that bird-nosed woman. Oh, my God.
It's called Flying Killers.
It's called hobbling, Paul.
The operation was called hobbling.
Matthew, come on. Kick us off.
Piranha 2, The Spawning Flying Killers is about a mom and her son who are this close to banging.
There's no one would interpret that scene as a mom and son.
It's not just the fact. I think it's
No one.
also the fact that it's the tracking shot up her leg,
Yes.
up her hips.
Again, sometimes you see the comedic target you want to sink the teeth into, so we could easily just gleefully think that's an incestuous thing, but no joke, until it was revealed in, I think, the second scene where she's talking about it.
having
Plus
breakfast.
Yeah, thank you. Having breakfast. I completely thought they were,
But they're
no
eating
joke, I thought they
breakfast
were lovers.
this close to each
Yes.
other.
Well, we'll get to that. They
spitting
also,
food into each other's mouth.
their faces
He's
getting
grabbing her
sensitive
orange
close.
juice. She's grabbing his toast.
Mom, why don't you just, stand up?
I am standing.
Dude, I thought they were lovers.
Just sit down and eat
And she's
your own
naked,
meal.
in bed.
You don't know that.
No, right? You can see.
You can't see anything.
That we watched a little bit of the behind the scenes. They had an interview with the actor that played the son, and he was like,
His
yeah,
name
you
is-
know, the mom and me were really close. It wasn't supposed to be like a creepy thing. I'm like, dude, no one on earth I was so
But the
convinced
fact
that was a
that
scene
he had
between
to
lovers.
mention that and make that statement implies that he's heard about that
Yeah.
scene.
Of course, no one on Earth. I am not being funny. No one on Earth. You guys will see the clip. You tell me what you think.
Oh, Chris, get that thing out of my bed.
Okay. I'm trying.
No one on Earth would think that was a mother and son. I was completely convinced that was the classic waking up your lover until the next scene. And then, after she says, I think you're an imposter, my son is shorter, their noses are like, all right, yeah, there's things where, like, on Full House, you go up close and give Michelle a kiss right on the face, that Uncle Jesse does, but, like...
You can't do that. They can do that.
They're literally...
When did you do that?
This close! It's weird! Right off the bat.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
There is a similar scene in, I think it's Poltergeist 3, where I think it's Tom Skerritt is talking to the director of the hotel where they are, or whatever they're doing a sort of an exhibition.
Morning, Mr. Gardner.
Morning, Bill. What's with the heat, anyway?
I'm checking it now. Probably got a thermal on the fritz.
Well, I'll get it fixed and have somebody check out feed elevator 15. Got a bit of a stutter in it.
15? Sure.
And they are this close, one to the other. We were in the movie when I saw it, and I said, "Are they gonna kiss?" It was
No, when they get close in the breakfast scene, it's not normal. I'm sorry. It's just the noses get very close, and it's played the way, you know, your little Eskimo kisses.
They have large noses. What do you want them to do?
This
Stand in two different rooms when they talk to each other?
This is a movie of large noses. I think the woman who's trying to land the DDS...
Listen. Oh.
Did I use the term correctly?
You saved my life.
My pleasure.
Oh, it hurts. Oh,
Can I take a look?
oh, yeah, please, no.
The woman who's trying to land the dentist
Oh,
is...
How did they not die?
Probably, hands down, whether man or woman, the most unattractive human being I have documented in my 41 years on this planet.
I got promoted.
Hi, I'm Beverly.
Seriously, that bird-nosed, gangly-toothed, friggin' horn dog little... This is a lot of big-nosed, horny whites on an island with so little
Hair
piranhas.
braided at the end, too.
Ah! She comes up wet, and it just looks like a dead rat you found under your sink. Like, you're like, oh, the pool's clogged up. Dad's trying to fix it. What's that? He's like, oh, there's a dead, wet rat. That's what that woman looks like.
When they were working on the special makeup of Angelica Houston and the witches,
That's it!
like her but prettier.
That's it!
Lower your voice. Lower your voice, man. This entire episode is going to be booming and rattling.
Incense around.
Okay,
So I made a faux pas. We open
Yes.
with
the
two
dumbest scene ever.
divers
Oh, it's
who
so stupid.
dive down to a shipwreck
Yeah.
and want to have sex in the shipwreck.
Yeah.
Listen, I already have a...
I mean, as voyeurs go, maybe that's what they're into.
No. Here's the thing. I already call bullshit. First of all, back me up here.
Who?
We're all weak men.
Yeah.
It doesn't... Okay. In the movies, you open your eyes underwater like you're just in this room. Is it not burning and painful and hard to see? All right.
Salty water also.
Anytime in the pool, I'm like, okay, let me try. Ah, it hurts. People in the movies are just like... And then, apparently, I already have, like we said, we've mocked the kiss underwater and what it takes to do that. We've mocked how long you can just stay under there without breathing. These people go underwater on top of a rusty, tetanus-infected, soaking ship to get naked and then take off the mask, cutting the Speedo so they're going to come back with their junk flopping around. And they're freaking...
Like, just take it off.
You're soon
just
as
take
you're
it off.
kissing... Oh, let's open mouth kiss. The what? Like, no, there is no part of that.
Hey.
I'm not
At
saying...
least there, man.
I'm not
It's not that
saying
much.
that
At
a
least
lot of
there.
human beings probably aren't curious about what it feels like to have sexual intercourse in water. I know a lot
In
of...
water is one thing. Underwater,
Yes.
I think.
In
It's
the
just-
ocean,
it's so
at night.
At night.
In
On
the
a rusty
exposed
ship!
Ocean.
You understand? Like, one move against that thing and it cuts you open, you got a tetanus gash, and you're just f***ing infected, and you got your Speedo cut off, so like I said, your junk is just flapping around, you get back up there and the ambulance comes like you didn't have anything on? Like, this friggin' bitch just cut it off! Just cut off my Speedo in the horniness!
Plus, I mean, they're making out and they're taking their air masks out,
It's,
too.
no,
Yeah,
it's
the
stupid. There's
respirator.
no...
Like, if you keep your respirator on, okay.
Yeah.
But, like...
No one could
just-
pull that off. No one could pull that off.
Except for Tom Cruise, who can hold his breath for 6 minutes.
Oh, didn't Kate Winslet break the record when she was filming for Avatar? She's like 11 minutes or something, which I don't understand. I don't understand feats of physical strength.
I don't think Kate Winslet broke the record for...
Look it up.
Out of everyone in life?
Yeah, she was like 11 minutes when she was training because James Cameron is freaking crazy, man.
He is changing his name to James Avatar, I heard.
Yo, James Cameron is undeniably a talented individual, but I feel like
That's just he was holding her under the bathtub. And she was unconscious for a good 7 minutes, so it doesn't really count. You can do it, Kate.
Stay out there. Don't get up. He seems like he is friggin' terrifying. Like, you're like, hey, James, I got the shot list for the day, and he just immediately flings a coffee mug at the wall and screams F. And then you're like, whoa, what's wrong? He's like,
all right, we'll try again tomorrow.
Tomorrow night.
Keep going. It's so dumb. No one could have sex underwater. No one could breathe like that. You start getting all hot and bothered and panting, you're just sucking in water.
Fish are having sex all the time.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, and they probably piss in it, too. They're just peeing in the lake all the time.
They come out of the water just like to do that.
Like the Bellagio. Oh, that's not a fountain, sir. Those are urinating fishes. They're very drunk as well.
You could help me kill this moms and eat these oysters.
We want fish. Piss. So they die.
Yeah.
From piranhas, of course. Hence the name.
Two.
Yeah, there's 2 piranhas, yes. And then
we meet a barrage of uninteresting human beings.
Expendable, and then half the people we meet, we're like, all right, so you want to build some attachment to these characters, so when they die, it's like, oh, I at least knew them, even if I didn't like them, there's some connection there, but half the people we meet don't even die.
We now return to MaJaMa.
Loretta, what is that?
Yeah.
The cougar doesn't die. The
and
DDS and the big nose lady doesn't die.
Yeah, a lot of people like the older woman. We see her there, and then we see her an hour later when she tries to hook up with the whatever lifeguard or whoever.
The owner of the hotel, Mr.
Dingleberry,
doesn't even die.
No,
and he's the classic Jaws mayor.
Yes.
You're right. A lot of people don't die.
Then again, I guess the mayor in Jaws doesn't die.
Don't you ever compare me to the Jaws mayor?
Please don't be like the mayor in Jaws.
Never compare me to the Jaws mayor. Never!
Yeah, no, he doesn't die. And also he's still mayor in Jaws 2, which is very weird.
Does he die in Jaws 2?
No.
Well, that's an oversight.
Well, now what else could it be, huh?
Adrian Barbeau.
Maybe it's supposed to reflect reality, where the people who are the true enemies really get away with everything.
Possibly.
Adrian Barbeau.
Adrian Barbeau
is our lead. There's no way it's not her. There's no way. So don't believe what the back says. It's Adrian Barbeau. And
what does the back say?
Her son pulls a fish out of her vagina like a coin behind an uncle pulling a coin behind your ear.
I suppose you think that's hysterically funny.
And he says, "Look, Mom, now it's double the smell of fish." And so...
Can you tell which is which?
And then they get uncomfortably close during breakfast.
No, we got through that.
Yeah.
We're on
it
the
needs
beach.
to be said again. We got through that? We're past that?
We're on the beach.
On the beach.
Yeah.
So she's going to train some scuba divers because she's a lady.
Yes.
And
well, her son goes to be
he got a job.
I guess after the initial shock
sailor.
of seeing the outfit, I do understand that that's kind of a rich man's captain. But the first time you see those short shorts with the socks pulled up, I haven't had that good of a laugh on the show probably since the jogging.
You mentioned the ascot, the tiny little ball cap.
When time ran out.
I mean, the time ran out is more ridiculous because of the way he's swishing as he walks.
I'm going to follow you wherever you travel. You just remember that.
Just unnecessarily gay, you know?
Yes.
Also, it's after such a dramatic conversation saying, like, it's Borgnine with his manly voice being like, "I'm going to hunt you down, buddy," and then just...
I'm going to hunt that ass down. So, whatever.
So there is...
the kid's got a job as the cabin boy to this gay man and his daughter.
And we meet also 2 skanks who trick a chef.
Okay, what... Matthew's right. What is this movie turned me into Mateo again. It's been happening a lot lately. I hate all these characters and they have no point and they don't even die. You're right.
No, the two skanks do.
From
Piranhas.
Don't bother, Mateo.
Okay, I think what threw me off is that the guy didn't get on the boat, so I was like, wait, what is that plot line?
Oh, yeah.
But I guess it's just
threw you off?
To hate them more, so when they die, they...
But they die so fast, too. And these
Yeah.
damn fish go right for the jugular.
Yeah, they always aim for the neck.
Yeah.
You know, I would like to say, everyone knows I'm the creature feature sucker here on the show. I got 0% of creature feature enjoyment from this. Granted, we are very low, I feel like, on the ratio of the time the piranhas are on screen. But I am
piranhas in this?
Exactly. I'm surprised because usually any type of creature feature, no matter what the level of competency is, I get some base level thrills from, because I love the creature feature format so much. I got nothing from this. I think it was a good choice for the show because we're laughing. We're laughing like friends do, and we're enjoying talking about it, but this was terrible. Mateo, this was awful.
I know. Is the usual problem when you have a swarm, or in this case a school of creatures versus one creature or two. It's not that you're invested in the creature or something, because usually in theory you should hate that creature, but at least you get to know it whatever it is. The Jaws, the shark, anaconda, the anaconda, even there is more, if there is more than one. The white buffalo, the white buffalo. That's very peculiar.
It seems like it should have been a masterpiece. Had the DNA, it feels like.
It should have been. I'm sorry?
Piranha 2?
The white buffalo.
He's a shake step! Put him down!
Yes. So the mom loses one of his kids, which is probably 30 years old, but is a kid.
I was responsible for that boy.
Oh, yeah.
Because he goes by himself.
What was he doing with that rope?
I don't know. It was just like a safety
You and your f***ing rope.
What?
Boondock Saints.
All right, get your stupid fucking rope. I'll get my stupid rope.
So he gets killed by the piranhas, and
Why did they stop eating? Everyone stops eating.
Yeah.
They all take a bunch of bites.
And then they go away.
Yeah, but it's not like they skeletons.
I'm full, thank you.
Yeah.
And her son gets picked up by his dad, who is a police officer.
Yeah.
Our only star power in the movie.
You tell Captain Dumont to keep the radio on because of storms and the weather. You know that.
Yes, Lance Henriksen.
You don't know what these characters and actors will go on to
looking like a
become in
G.
their careers?
Yeah. Nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, mostly, except for Lance Henriksen.
He needs to run a goddamn comb through his hair.
Yes.
I guess he's on the ocean all day.
Part of the appeal.
True.
You have a very strange taste in men. Very strange
You
taste
don't ever
in
let
men.
yours be known, though.
I have sex with men all the time. What are you talking about?
All the time?
All the time, right now.
Oh. That's why I framed the shot
Thank
from
you, I
here.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's just when you call attention to a guy you think is attractive, it's like, all right, but it just seems always out of left field.
I just think it adds to the image for the movie. I'm not saying Lance is necessarily attractive. Once I got the close, I'm like, it's a little rugged. Why doesn't he care what his wife? What is going on with his wife? Like they seem like
Why was he so pissed that
What happened in this 90 minutes, dude? What was this? Why we had 80 million characters and Matthew's right. None of them die. They're just there.
When her student is killed by the piranhas, and she's on the beach, and she's just like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened, and her ex or her current husband, I don't know if they're separated, I guess they're not divorced, he comes up and starts interrogating her about what happened, but he sounds like he's really pissed.
Yeah.
He was only out of sight for a second or two.
Did you see a shark at any time?
No, but it wasn't that.
A school of barracuda?
No, but...
A moray eel?
Stephen, would you listen to me for a minute?
There is no reason whatsoever why he is mad.
Hold on. What's the situation with? Why isn't there a scene where he sees her with the guy and then he's like,
yeah, no.
Oh, this guy.
Later on.
That's the scene.
No.
The first scene.
Yeah, the first scene. But then later on, he gets to her apartment and she's in bed.
They unlock their door?
Apparently not. Or he has the keys, so they are separated
But
by
it's a
whatever.
hotel.
In a hotel, yes, true.
I guess she's living there because their boss is paying for the room.
Yeah.
While she works for the hotel.
It's really something special.
So she's in bed with a guy whom we find out knows something about the piranhas.
Now just relax. It's gonna be okay, huh? I'll take care of it. I'm gonna go get a specimen. I'll get right back to you.
They go to the morgue because she wants to take photos of the corpse of the kid who has died.
She seems pretty comfortable around
Yeah,
it too,
she's
right?
fine. She's absolutely fine with
Like,
that.
it's not like she's a cop or a coroner or a laboratory.
Yes. And yeah, one fun for the apprentice.
They get caught by the nurse.
Can I put sunglasses on him?
Yes,
this nurse seems like she has to deal with a lot of people breaking into the morgue and
yeah, it looks like
messing with the corpses.
It looks
Oh, right, the morgue break, and I've blocked out these
she's got
scenes.
Her beaten stick out already, ready to go.
You know, I almost lost my job the other day letting in this other guy because he said he was the bereaved. Then I catch him having a Halloween party. Well, that sure as hell isn't gonna happen again.
No Halloween party. We're just on the way out the door.
Damn right you.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Who is the guy she breaks to the morgue with, and why is she so? Why?
Jerry.
Yeah, whatever.
But why is what
Bradley
is the deal with
Cooper.
her and the husband? Yeah, I know Bradley Cooper. But
They're separated because of the problems.
they're not together.
They're not together.
But she says my husband.
They're still together. I mean, married.
They
legally.
call him my husband. It's
We're not friends. But I still call you my brother.
And then Bradley Cooper and her bang, and then he's like, oh, great.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
But
They
then
could have just slept together.
there is a scene like Alien where the piranha, a gigantic piranha, was hiding inside the corpse.
That thing was massive. It looked bigger than any other piranha we've
Yes.
seen too.
It was hiding inside the corpse, which was in the freezer. So apparently the piranhas are not.
Oh, that was the first cool scene in the movie.
Yeah,
That scene-
the only cool scene.
No, thank you. Yes, the only. But that scene, I was like, oh, that's what this has been missing. That was genuinely cool. It looks cool. And I will say, once and time again, I actually think these look kind of. Well, I think the flying thing looks stupid. It's not a cool effect, but it is interesting to me how practical is always practical, and something there, that scene
Oh,
where
yeah.
it jumps out of the corpse is very cool, and I like the way it looks. That's
Sure. Yeah.
We now return to MaJaMa.
To a degree, it was reminiscent of The Creature Walks Among Us, the third of the Creature from the Black
That's where he's
Lagoon.
wearing clothes.
Yes, because they say, oh, we have the Creature from the
Wait,
Black
serious?
Lagoon. What
Oh,
do
I
we-
thought you were making a joke.
No, what are we going to do? Let's give it lungs so it can walk. So it can walk, and so we take it out of its element.
How did he get lungs?
They do a surgical operation.
Why would they give him
Are you
lungs?
serious?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
No, man.
Why did they?
They give him lungs, and then they're like, "Oh no, he's wreaking havoc on the
I
land."
thought you meant the writer gave him lungs.
No,
Why
no,
would
no,
they
no.
give? Why would they?
Because they were running out of ideas.
No. Well, how the doctors?
What? Why haven't we done this on the show? This sounds insane. He wears clothes, and that's like, oh no, we friggin' did it. We set up an operating table. We did a medical procedure to give the creature from the Black Lagoon lungs, and oh no, who could have guessed? Now it's wearing a UPS outfit and knocking on our door and then stabbing us in the throat.
How would you even know the anatomy to set that up? You know.
I have no idea.
Just
But
shove him in
we're
the
talking
gills?
about piranha.
Mateo,
Who
you
goes
just
on?
dropped an atom bomb on me.
Wait, sorry. He goes to jail.
Sorry.
He goes to jail too.
No.
No.
Oh.
No. I like how he said that. Like, well, that would be ridiculous.
Of course.
Well, listen, in King Kong Lives, they give him an artificial heart, and the first 20 minutes of the movie are this extremely boring surgical operation.
Listen, we can get back to this. We need to watch The Creature Walks Among Us. I can't believe that he wears clothes. What type of clothes? Please tell me it's like the last part of Pulp Fiction where they've got them in the leftover t-shirts and like.
No, it's kind of like, Michael Myers or something like that. It's just like, he's a worker. He's a creature worker.
All right. Oh.
So anyways.
Noted.
Why?
So,
doesn't matter.
Just like to shrink the whole plot.
Whoa. Let's go through it. We've been good. We've been good.
No, but the wife is the wife of Lance Henriksen is dating this guy who eventually fess up and says, "Hey,
I did use my finger."
Yes, and then he says,
It wasn't semen, it was spit.
Yeah, and then he says,
"We spliced in genes from different species to create the ultimate killer organism. Grunions who could live out of water."
What an asshole!
Yes, those things. They say,
what was the purpose of this?
It worked.
I don't know. It seemed cool.
Let's see. Exactly. We were very drunk that night. And
this is the dumbest movie.
Sounds great.
Meanwhile,
honestly, it's not that bad.
Meanwhile, her son.
I hated this movie so much.
Her son runs away with the daughter of the captain
for
of the
days.
boat. He's apparently for days because
it's nighttime, it's daytime, daytime. It's nighttime again.
Why are they doing it? They're spending government money on seeing if piranhas can fly.
And this girl's 10 years old too.
Yes.
This is your taxpayer dollars at work.
And
crap! Now they're loose.
You wanted this? No, we didn't.
They want to make love
in the waterfall. That makes more
waterfall,
sense.
Yes.
See, that at least
it seems incredibly uncomfortable. Also, that too. I mean,
it's just rushing down into your nostrils.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Well, granted, she does kind of go completely into it, but that I can see that pulling. For example,
or I say he goes completely. Say it again.
I don't remember what I said, but
it was a joke about
Mateo
sex.
won't be able to cut to this, but I recently, for the first time ever,
then don't say it.
After all these years, no, it's worth saying.
You're wasting my time.
No, I'm just saying that this reminds me of the Showgirls fountain sex scene, which is very explicit, but I feel like there's a verve to that this underwater sex is just stupid. But the waterfall sex or the Elizabeth Berkley fountain scene, they seem to make more sense of water-based things. But no, I'm never buying. That's my point. I'm never buying that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. That is the dumbest scene. I don't think that any human being, even Kate Winslet post Avatar, if Cameron's like, hey, if you want Avatar 3, you got to bang me underwater.
Wait. Is Kate Winslet in Avatar?
Yes! 2! You don't remember because she's just
and
a
this
friggin'
is Piranha
blue thing.
2. Coincidence?
I thought you were talking about Titanic.
No, she wasn't underwater in Titanic. She was...
Well, yes, she was.
I mean,
that was the whole point of the movie. You know that.
Well, in Avatar, she's playing a blue thing that has to go underwater.
Wait, I thought that was Zoe Kravitz Saldana.
No, Kate Winslet is the mom. Who the hell knows, man? They're just disgusting, nasty, anorexic blue people for the whole movie. Just clicking their teeth and making cat sounds.
It's a really nasty, uncomfortable... It's an awful design. It's like Cats the Musical, but just creepier, like anime, hentai shit.
Dude,
Stuff.
I try to never actually hate a movie. I really, really do. But admittedly, in the moment, it looks great. It's impossible to spend that much money and not have it look amazing. But when I walk out, the thing evaporates. I don't care. I hate those movies. They're not interesting. No one cares about these blue people. Stop making them, James. Stop making this, too.
He has the 24 planned.
Oh, my God. He's literally doing 5 of these things.
At least he's dead.
Oh, God. So much blue ass. Imagine if James Cameron does the Navi meet the Smurfs and it's just blue ass everywhere on the screen and families are like, we took our kids to this!
The Smurfs wear pants.
Yes.
James Cameron.
And there's only one Smurfette.
My 6-year-old will never be the same. Even the semen was blue! Looked like my toilet bowl after I flushed with the tidy bowl in it.
There's a lot of undercarriage shots of them climbing around trees and stuff.
All right.
We don't need that much taint.
Deep blue semen.
Look, I don't like this any more than you do.
All right, so we have the waterfall sex, which makes more sense than the underwater sex.
We didn't have it. We watched it.
Yeah.
With 2 minors.
And it wasn't even sex.
What are they doing?
You saw her nipple though.
It did?
You didn't see the nipple?
There's a lot of women and
underneath,
dudes.
yes.
It's the friggin' summer of love in this movie. So how do they then get on the boat and get stranded? They do the Jaws too.
They
got their little boat to get to the island, and then they get on the boat.
And then Lance Henriksen is looking for them, and then
wait, the two skanks.
Yes.
There's two. One's a writer.
Probably
a writer. She's a woman.
And they're both topless and naked, hanging out on the boat, and she's like reading her some.
Yeah, and then she steals the food.
They dock and she breaks into a kitchen and she starts packing up food, and there's this stuttering dude.
Chef, amateur chef, I think.
Let me bring dinner. I'm an amateur chef. I'll make something really special, okay?
So he does, but he's like, hey.
Wait till you see what I made.
I can't wait.
And there's just like all canned foods and saltine crackers. And then like, oh, give us the food first. So he gives them the box, and then he tells them to untie the ropes. And then they're like, yeah, jump onto the boat from the dock. And he jumps in, he falls into the water, and then they sail away. So that at least establishes them as assholes.
Okay, granted that, yes, we do see them killed, and that is the classic make the audience hate them before they get killed. But I do think that it's two scenes, but I think that is kind of encapsulates Matthew's point of that there's a lot of scenes like that in that case they do get killed, but I feel like there's a lot of innocuous, pointless side scenes that he's right. For instance, the nose girl that's horny for the dentist. Why are those scenes in there? You're right. Neither of them meet their demise.
They stay in the hotel room. They're not even on the beach.
Yeah. It genuinely doesn't make sense, and I think he's right that we meet so many people, and so many of them don't meet their demise, and so something like, even though we cracked up at it, the horny old lady coming up to the dude's window and being like, "I bought a thing of champagne." What is the purpose? And we're at Act 3 at that point. It started escalating.
She doesn't get killed.
No.
My only theory is that they all filmed the death of everybody, and eventually, they just removed them either because they didn't come out well or because of.
I just feel like you're right, dude. I feel like we meet a lot of people that we don't care about, and they have too many scenes and not even dying.
But then we get to the main point of the movie, that there is a spawning, because after a wonderful speech of
that was the funniest part
of the spawning,
and she's gonna give her speech on the spawning. Everybody.
This sweet little fish called a grunion swims up out of the ocean onto the beach for a moment of privacy for his mating ritual.
Why are you leaving?
And the human beings swoop down on him, scoop him up, and fry him for dinner.
They're waiting for the fish.
What fish?
They mention it. I don't remember the name, but yes.
The grunion.
They're fish that
the
supposedly.
Spawning seems like an odd subtitle if it's not the piranha spawning.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was. I was like, why is she giving a speech about these things spawning? Are they terrified of them?
Unless it's a double meaning to be like, these other fish are spawning, but the piranha are also spawning.
Probably. Well, whatever.
They're having a big fancy festival and dinner to celebrate the spawning.
And then on the first moon, after whatever date.
It's always the first full moon after the spring equinox.
What's going on this beach tonight? We're having a big fancy festival to celebrate the spawning.
Yes, they are waiting.
Can I come? No.
They're waiting for this fish, which apparently are coming ashore, to be scooped up and being fried. I don't think it's the purpose of the fish, but as the human.
They're gonna kill him?
Yes.
Oh, I thought they were gonna like watch.
No,
the line is waiting to go into the water to hunt.
The barbecue.
Oh, what the?
See, he has no idea either.
Everybody ready? Let's go get 'em! We want fish! We want fish! We want fish! We want fish!
I thought it was like, oh, let's go see like the sea turtles catch and make their way to the ocean.
No, instead here the idea was to just grab this fish.
And frying for dinner.
All these tourists are just gonna pick up the fish?
Probably with one hand because the other one is holding a torch.
Yeah. Like, why would they not just put tiki torches up everywhere so you can see? You're gonna hand like all these.
Well, because they say that.
Listen, everyone. I just want to remind you that no one is allowed on the beach early. We'll scare them off if we don't wait until they're all ashore.
So they go towards the beach, yelling, "We want fish! We want fish!"
We want fish! We
But then they realize that the fish that is coming is not the fish they want, so they try to run away. There's a massacre. A lot of people die. A lot of people don't.
Dude, the one fisherman with the son who dies, he's literally just like, okay, he's outside still after the massacre.
Yes.
He has a torch, and like there's piranhas flying at him. He's not even like swatting them with his. It's like a club. It's like the size of a club, and he's just standing there, and then suddenly gets killed by like 3 or 4 of them. I'm like, why didn't you do? Why? What was your plan?
Yes.
What were you doing?
There was zero plan whatsoever, and everybody's looking at him, and that's it.
We now return to MaJaMa.
You want to lose that boat? I told you the next time I caught you and your son dynamite fishing, I'd throw your sorry ass in jail.
And so they have this brilliant idea to get, I suppose, his dynamite, because we saw that at the beginning he was fishing with explosives.
The role was played by Jimmy Walker.
The whiskey guy?
That's Johnny Walker.
Oh, no, Jimmy Walker. JJ. How are we killing these fish?
Pure dynamite!
What was the joke?
This is the best episode ever.
I'm judging.
So they they put the explosive into the shipwreck because for whatever reason they decide that the piranhas are living there. We have no.
They keep going back. Like they're coming home after the massacre.
Yes, but there is no.
Yeah.
The only thing that they say is that
4 canisters of fertile piranha eggs sank right there. 3 were found.
So probably they sunk with that boat.
Or
the ship. I don't know. It's never actually spelled out.
That ship looks pretty old, though.
Well,
depends how fast it degrades underwater.
I think the only thing that I think that they used the boat is in the first Piranha. There was also something like that.
Is that the same boat?
No.
Is that their connection to the first film?
Not really.
Oh.
I don't. I mean, yes. Also in the first one, there was a lab.
Wait, we watched that.
We watched Joe Dante's Piranha?
Yeah.
Probably did. Yes.
Not for the show though.
No.
Probably.
But there was a lab with creatures and stuff and everything. So they put
Adrienne Barbeau and
the other than her lover.
Yeah.
Who's
now kind of told her everything and kind of revealed what is happening with the fish.
He was involved with the fish?
He was the scientist who.
He was part of the group that created these piranhas.
I worked on the project for about 2 years.
We were just enthusiasts.
What were they thinking?
Yeah, they wanted to create something for Vietnam thing.
Oh.
Like finding
to win the war?
I suppose.
Oh.
Here we go.
Go. It's getting kind of like a carrying pigeon, but
my arm's getting tired. Switch off. Get the football star in here.
It's a bit laborious, this thing.
Words cannot describe the trouble we're in.
And then they swim away with no particular rush.
There's heavy drums throughout this.
Yes.
The drums. We haven't even talked about this. How have we not talked about the soundtrack?
But then the drums stop, and there's like a good 10 minutes where it's like, okay, this should be like tense. The bomb's they've planted the bomb. It's about to go off. It's ticking away.
Listen.
The piranhas are trying to get to them, but they swim into a small channel inside the ship where it's kind of covered by grates, so the piranhas can't get through, and they're trying to find a separate way out. But it's just like, all right, add some music to enhance the tension.
No tension.
So I think it would only be fair and right if after experiencing this particular soundtrack, Matteo looks in the camera and gives a sincere apology to the Eyes Wide Shut soundtrack. It's only right because, oh my God.
You wrote this?
Let me break down the soundtrack for the audience at home. And then Matteo just loops this for about an hour and a half. That's this, or what?
Yep.
Get in the picture? Oh my god, dude. Frigging from the very okay, first of all, the best thing about this is the cover and the menu screen, which is kick-ass, old school, drawn, illustrated, amazing, beautiful. From the jump off, I knew that the music was horrible on the menu screen. The music was horrible as it kicked in. It's what, like sweeping Lifetime 70s movie of the week with bloodthirsty piranhas? And then the repetitive nature. And what was the point where it's literally a knocking on the door, repeating?
And then it switches with the knocking on
and
the
then
drum.
You're right that with the friggin' going through the tunnel to avoid the piranhas, it's
silent.
Is mostly silent, and there is no urgency whatsoever, even if in theory.
I mean, at least underwater it's harder to be like. I mean, you can move swiftly, but it's a little bit harder.
Yeah, but there is no. There's like whatever. Yeah. Meanwhile, on the surface, the son of the woman who is underwater and Lance Henriksen are apparently they're supposed to rendezvous by the boat so she can go away. Lance Henriksen has the brilliant idea of jumping off the chopper.
He just blows the chopper up. I mean, crashes it.
And crashes
and it blows
the
up.
chopper.
Yeah, why does he do that?
Because he's like, hey, son, can you drive the boat? And he's like, no. So he's like, okay, I'll drive it as opposed to
just crash this copter quick and I'll jump behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Was that why he did it?
I mean, I guess, honestly, in that situation, there's no... You'd have to.
Chris, you drive the dive boat?
It's very weird that you are in Jamaica on a chopper and you don't have landing gear on the water. Because you're
they were in Jamaica?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're in a chopper. I mean, you're in a town
Missouri.
that is a seaport, and you're apparently the only cop because there are no other, and you don't.
There's
have
that one
a
guy that gets eaten, Anton.
Oh yes.
Aaron, come in, Aaron. Over.
This is Aaron.
Anything?
No, nothing.
So he jumps on the boat. He grabs his son and his lover, or whatever. They run away.
Picks them both up by the hair out of the water.
Yes. They run away.
You knuckleheads, conk.
A minute before the bomb explodes, his wife underwater while the piranhas are distracting by eating her boyfriend.
Quite the distraction.
Yes. She sees the anchor zooming by, so she grabs it, and so she gets pulled away. The boat explodes.
Kind of a cool idea.
Yeah. The boat explodes in a millisecond because then they are just like out and it's fine. And
a lot of shrapnel.
Yes, and then she emerges and they meet and the family is back together.
But then she reveals there's a nail stuck in the back of her head.
Yes.
What the hell? I will say, small thing, but I did like the final shot of the triple hug of the family. Small thing. But I
what about the girl?
Kind of a weird face too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now
she was the oldest 13-year-old ever.
And her dad, the gap.
Oh
the
my
captain,
God!
He vanishes also. We don't know.
Because I guess.
What is the point of that plot line? I guess to meet the girl.
Hendrickson or Henriksen?
Henriksen.
Hendrickson or Henriksen?
Henriksen.
Hendrickson or Henriksen?
Henriksen.
Same.
Now that you all had to suffer through sitting through that idiotic plot that doesn't matter, hopefully it made you laugh through it, because who gives a shit? But Mateo, would you give us a little bit of background information about Cameron's fire?
Mateo, no!
Because I feel like that's way more interesting than breaking down what these white assholes do on this island. So you said Cameron was on for 6 days.
Apparently, this is there are several
accounts.
Yes, but he got fired.
Conscious?
But I was surprised after you always told me this. He does have the director name. You said he had the lion's share of the footage either way.
I think that yes, it's because he shot as many. Maybe it was more than 6 days. So the 6 days is lost in the lore.
Okay. But either way,
6 days condensed of actual film time.
Yes.
Either way, objectively, he was let go.
Yeah.
That's fact.
And the most important thing that came out, the two most important things that came out.
I'm sorry, I apologize. Why was he fired?
What? Oh.
Why was he fired?
I have no idea.
They don't know us? We don't know?
Because probably he was a dick.
Oh, okay.
That's usually, apparently, is a constant refrain in his career. So.
But he gets it done.
Yeah. The only two things, the positive things that came out from this movie is A, he is still enduring friendship with Lance Henriksen, and B, the fact that when he was, by his own account, in an hotel in Rome with no money, trying to figure out a way how to come back to the United States, he had either a dream or a thought of what if a robot were to come back from the future trying to kill somebody who would prevent this robot to become all powerful or something. That was the genesis of the Terminator.
Twins.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe.
Other than that, the movie is co-directed by Ovidio G. Assonidis, who also directed...
Is he having a stroke just then?
He directed The Tentacles, which is also another wonderful movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Which also shares the same things in soundtrack mishandling.
We now return to MaJaMa.
I want to know why Cameron was fired. I mean, I believe he was dickish, but I want to know why. That's a good part of the lore. How does no one know that?
I don't know.
I'm intrigued by these factoids.
Tweet them. My guess is that being the perfectionist he's always been, it was taking way too much time to shoot this movie, whereas the Italian producers say, just take...
James, this is Piranha II, The Spawning.
We're
Flying Killers.
We're supposed to shoot...
Let's speed things up.
20 pages a day or something, and so I guess...
He's treating it like high art.
Will you do me a favor?
Sure, anything.
Leave me alone.
Except that.
That's very funny. You know what? I would like to say on camera, as I said,
Cameron?
on Cameron. Hey, on camera, on Cameron. I really don't like the avatars. I could see James being a dick, but I remember when...
Reach a rope.
Mr. Cameron, it's great to meet you. Two things.
But I remember as Avatar 2 was about to descend upon the world, he said, you know what? This thing is so friggin' expensive that the only way I'm going to make money is if it literally becomes the third or fourth highest grossing movie of all time. And it did. And there is no world where I cannot utterly salute that. And I say this as a guy that really does not like those movies, but that is
It's
a
just
boss-ass
no one seemed
move.
to talk about it.
Yes. He is so right.
But it made
the first one you heard the chatter of the zeitgeist moment.
Of course.
The second one,
but it's not like
quiet as hell.
It's not like you can trace the money from overseas. Like it made money. It made that much here too.
And I don't know anybody who saw it except for you,
or who gave who cared about it. At least.
Yeah, it was.
It's very interesting because me and Art literally like the third row of IMAX, stone 3D glasses. So I went for the full package. So obviously you can't not be impressed. But both of us a couple days later were like, it's another round.
They get you stoned before they give you these glasses?
It's the
only way this works.
It's like The Hobbit that they say, it made $2 billion worldwide. They say,
it did?
How?
I mean, that's the thing. Like when you say worldwide, for something like Avatar 2 or The Hobbit, I can see that really doing well.
But in the United States,
countries,
yes.
That's actually currently Venom. Most of its good grosses overseas as opposed to here. So yeah, that happens. But Avatar 2, massive gross domestically as well. And you're right. There was zero cultural presence. It clearly did well, but it was like no one was... it was like everyone was like, all right, I'll see it.
Yeah.
Fine, I have to.
That's out of the question.
But there's not going to be any zeitgeistiness to it this time. First one, absolutely.
That's fine.
Storm
sit down and
stomped
watch.
the
Just
culture.
sit down and watch. Pay your ticket.
Yes.
We don't care if you enjoy it. We already got you. We got you.
And the only other thing which will weight on the scale of my judgment at the end is that I distinctly remember the day I went to see it into the moving theater back in Italy.
It was terrific. We should do it again.
How was that?
It was a completely different experience because
I don't want to talk about it.
but back then we didn't have an overdose of monster movies or creature features, so it was fine.
Yeah.
At the time, you say, okay, sure.
That's a great point. Is that the saturation in general, like even just casual friends coming up to me, you should watch this show, you should watch this movie. I'm like, I can't. Like, there's just, you would literally have, nowadays, there would have to be a second life in order to intake just all the stream of content. So it is interesting to think of the complete sparsity, oh, well, this is cool. I don't get that much. This is fine.
Because during the 50s, when the...
Can we have a slightly better soundbite, though, for the...
During the 50s, when there was usually the overdose of monster movies, but there were still creature features in the theaters. You had to go there. You didn't have it at home.
That sounds awesome.
Every 2 seconds or something. And then
I guess everything sucks now.
In the 70s and the 80s, there was a more, especially because Jaws broke the rules and it became a huge success with a decent budget. Not everybody was able to afford that, so they were just doing movies whenever they could, however they could, exactly. But we had at least back then, since the home video markets had not even started in 1982 in Italy, as far as I remember. We just it was the only option we had to see that. This one was not on television, so you go to the movies and you say, all right, that's fine, that's reasonable. I am content for this Saturday afternoon. Now I'll go home and fry some popcorn and I'll blow my brains out. No.
Perfect day.
Yes, an ideal day.
Let's see, Piranha 2, popcorn, and here we go.
And it was, I think it was titled Piranha 2, The Fear. Or something like that, which was a very...
We're up to 3 subtitles?
Yeah, a very stupid...
Piranha 2, Flying Spawned Fear. It's actually a better name.
Yes.
There's nothing left to talk about.
We can express our feelings?
Yes.
By throwing some of these PCSs at paper? Well, I really enjoy this discussion. My stomach hurts from laughing a lot, which I think is what you want for these episodes. And it was kind of a slog, but it's also kind of the vibe I want to be with you guys for maximum comedic potential. So I'm only going to bump 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to rip one idea page. 4.5, because I want to at least give a little nod to the fact that my belly hurts from laughing about it with you guys so much. And again, I think that's why Matthew picks these things. 4.5, mostly crap.
I didn't pick anything. I just had to sit here and let it happen.
You said let's lean into the Piranha 2.
Shut your mouth.
That's what you said.
We don't have these discussions. We're just friends and we happen to watch things.
I feel exhausted.
I go with 3.5 for the reasons I mentioned, because I still remember going to the moving theater with Paolo Birra, a friend of mine, who actually scratched his car as we were driving to the movie theater, and I was pissed as hell because we were risking missing the beginning of the movie.
Just like when we got into the accident before The Dark Knight Rises, and all I cared about was we were going to miss the movie. I guess me and Mateo really are 2 peas in a pod.
But, yeah, 3.5. It's stupid and it's horrible, but
it's got a special place in your
I'm
heart.
sentimentally attached to it.
No, I get it. I completely get that. Let's see. I wonder what Matthew's going to vote.
I don't think it's that bad. I mean, it's boring and it's stupid.
Richard Roper.
I don't think it's that bad.
Is there a butt coming, Richard? Because we need this for the poster.
I was just going to go with 3.
Okay.
Wow.
It's fine.
Wow. 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 Lightning McQueen. Wow. Wow.
Wendy McQueen.
That's what the Melissa McCarthy did that was supposed to be. That just didn't translate. You know.
It's not. What?
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 Did I do that? Right? Does that ring up? Did I do that? Did I do that? You know that. Did I do that?
Mom, is she having a reaction to the injection?
The Melissa McCarthy, when she just keeps repeating, did I do that?
Oh,
It's supposed to be the... But it's just, I don't think it comes across.
The smoking from Family Guy.
Exactly right.
And they're both smoking. I love that in Mask. Smoking. 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 Smoking.
Exactly right. The slowest is smoking from Family Guy is Melissa McCarthy's Did I Do That from Power Titty Force.
MaJaMa.
Guys, I have a in-pain stomach from the contractions of laughing with my buddies. I can only hope a little bit of that laughter transferred through these cameras into your living room, and if it didn't, send us some death threats below. Literally drop any comment. I should probably say this at the start of the show because we live and die by this algorithm, and we're here for you guys every week, and we love it, but we could use a little more traction. So please, guys, if you're watched this far, drop a like, drop a comment, do something to interact with the channel, and as he's about to say, YouTube, we love you.
Why
we
are you
love
saying
you.
that?
He's scared.
I don't know.
He's frightened.
Oh. I thought it would help you get us views.
Also, I feel like the...
Doubtful.
Did we? This should have gone off, right?
No.
No?
We still have 17 minutes.
MaJaMa.
Everybody ready? Let's go get 'em!
We want fish. We want fish.
Ah!
Not that fish. That fish bite on the neck. Let's go back to the hotel. By the way, isn't it nice we've rehearsed this chant here earlier in the lobby? It seemed odd and weirdly specific to a very precise circumstance that's extremely remote. We mean, what are the odds for something like this to happen in real life? Still, it's a good thing we had it ready, since it seems quite apropos. Also, on a side note, 1 star on Yelp.